Dear students of UP Board Class 12th English Prose to students in this lecture 3 English version lecture. Students, today our topic is A Girl with a Basket, that is written by William C. Douglas. Students, William C. Douglas, as I have already told you, that was the judge of the Supreme Court of the USA, and he came to India in 1950, and he had a great experience uh, on one of the stations when he was journeying from Delhi to Ranikhet. Students, when he alighted on one of the stations, the children who were the children of refugees who came from Pakistan to India gathered the rider, and there was a 9-year little girl, and that girl attracted the rider very much. Now let's see how she attracted to the writer, and what impression the writer took from India when he left for America. Student, this is M. Rahman and you are attending our AC classes of English language. Please subscribe our channel to complete your syllabus and go through all the lectures related to your syllabus. Students, if you like our lectures, please don't forget to subscribe our channel or AC classes of English language, and please like, share and comment. Now students, let's begin lecture number 3. When the writer was purchasing all the things from those children, students, his arms were full. You know, he spent hardly 50 cents, and uh, he had no more room in his arms. He had no space in his arms. Students, even at the time the children were trying to sell their goods, the writer says, I had no room, means he had no place in his hands, and let alone any need for another basket. Means one thing was there, he must have need to purchase any basket. He had not any need to purchase any basket, and other than this there was no space in the arms of the writer. So, balancing his baskets and fans on my left arm, I reached into my right coat pocket and got a handful of change. Students, when that girl was pleading to sell his basket with the handle to the writer thought that he didn't need any more basket, and he didn't want to purchase that basket because he had no space in his arms. So he wanted to give that girl some change without purchasing the basket. So his left arm reached into his coat pocket and got a handful of change, means coins, perhaps 15 cents in all, means whatever he could pick up, it was 15 cents in his fist, which I deposited in the basket that the young girl held imploringly before me. Students, here imploring means in a tone to beg urgently, means she was compelling the writer with request to purchase her basket, and the writer put those 15 cents in the basket of the girl. I tried to explain that I couldn't buy the basket, but extended the gratuity as substitute. Means student, this line is very important. Why did the writer not want to buy that basket? A student, the writer didn't need any more basket, and second thing, he had no space in his hands, so he did not want to buy that basket. And why did the writer give those 15 cents to the girl? The writer wanted to give the writer wanted to under that the writer understood the feelings of the girl, and he wanted to help the girl without purchasing anything, so he put 15 cents in the basket of the girl, but it was opposite to the feelings of the girl. Now here the writer said, I tried, he tried to explain why he could not buy the basket, and why he wanted to give these alms to the girl, why he wanted to this money as help to the girl as a substitute of buying the basket. But the writer realized something new at once. What offense I had given, means the writer realized in a second, in a moment, that he had committed an offense before the girl. Now, students, let's see. You will be surprised what offense could be done by the writer. Students, yes, let's understand. The child of 9, dressed in rags on the edge of starvation, raised her chin reached into the basket, and with all the pride of graciousness of a lady, handed the money back to me. Students, actually, the you say offense done by the writer was that the girl didn't want to take all that money without selling her basket. You know, the girl was a person who believed in the earning of hard labor. She didn't want to take back. She didn't want to take any charity from the writer. She had a great self-respect, so to for his honor, for her honor, she wanted to sell her basket, and in return, she wanted money. She didn't want to take any money without selling anything, just like begging. So this child of 9, who was wearing a very torn dress on the edge of starvation, means he was in the condition of starvation, means he was in the condition on the verge of dying without food. She raised her face and she reached into the basket, means she picked all the money given by the writer from the basket, and with all the pride and graciousness, and means with all the grace and the honor of a lady, she gave the money back to the writer. There was only one thing I could do. Here the writer says the thing that he could do was only to purchase the basket. Means he was compelled to purchase the basket because he did not want to take money back, and he wanted to help the girl, and he had understood the feelings of the girl, and he had a great respect for the girl. So I bought the basket, means the writer decided to buy the basket, and he had done it. She wiped her eyes. When did she wipe her eyes? Student, the girl wiped her eyes after selling her basket. When the writer bought the basket from that girl smiled and dashed down. Dashed down means went down the platform, headed for some grass hut, means towards some grass hut. That would have at least 30 cents that night. According to the writer, that girl at least earned 30 cents that day. When writer reached Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, he told this story to him, and he narrated what had happened to him in the way. I told him it was one reason I had fallen in love with India, and students, this was the reason why the writer of this chapter, William C. Douglas, the judge of the Supreme Court of the USA, fell in love with India. Student, this is one of the most important questions of this chapter. Uh, why did Mr. William C. Douglas fall in love with India? The reason is Mr. William C. Douglas fell in love with India because she had a glimpse of the warm soul of India, and the girl of 9 taught him a lesson that Indian people are honest and they have great self-respect, and it attracted the writer too much. The writer says, the people I saw in India, those in villages as well as those in high offices, means there are two type of people in India. One who are related to the village, who are illiterate, and those who are in high office, means who are on high position, who are well educated, and who are dignitaries. Both the people in India had pride and lively sense of decency. Decency means students modesty or social or moral properties. Means the people of India, whether they are from rural background or they are from urban background, whether they are rich or poor, whether they are farmers or the administrators, they both of them had great sense of freedom in them. They had grace for their self-respect and citizenship. Students, they also have a passion for independence, means they want to live without any pressure. They want to live according to their own. This beautiful child, born in squalor. Squalor means dirt and filthy atmosphere, and poverty. Poverty means without money, uneducated, without education in both grammar and manners, and who doesn't know the rules and regulations of a sophisticated society, had given me a glimpse of the warm soul of India. Means that girl give a uh, give a visualization of the great spirit of India. In other words, students, when the writer came and see came and saw the Prime Minister of India of that time, Mr. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, he told him that the people not only of the villages but the people of the urban areas of the cities attracted the writer too much, and he fell in love with those people. Students, the writer described them as they had a great sense of freedom, they had a great passion for freedom, and students, they have a great grace in them, they have honor and good citizenship in them. Students, even the child who was born in the dirt and filthy and dirty surrounding, she was uneducated, she was without education, and she was deprived of the good manners. In other words, the manners of the literate society, the manners of the gentries, the manners of the sophisticated society. Students gave a good impression of India, and he was not, and he would not forget this. It will be a great stamp on their mind. Students, in this way, the judge of the Supreme Court of the USA, students, took a great picture from India when he left for America. Student, this was a girl with a basket, and now you came to know who was the girl and what is the connection of the basket here now. And I hope you have learned, you have gone through this portion of the chapter very well. And students, if you like this chapter and portion, please don't forget to subscribe our channel to continue your syllabus with us with oracy classes of English language. So please students, subscribe our channel, and please like, share and comment, students, and please continue with oracy classes of English language. Thanks a lot.